Welcome to the Quick Start Guide for QuizFunnel. I'm Jeff Lam, founder of QuizFunnel, and I will be walking you through utilizing QuizFunnel to create the awesome quizzes, surveys, and feedback forms that you can use for your business. The purpose of this Quick Start Guide is to help you quickly get familiarized with the QuizFunnel dashboard and its features, as well as to introduce to you the basic procedure or process to create your quizzes, surveys, and feedback forms. QuizFunnel is built with the user experience in mind, and as such there is a certain flow to follow, which we believe is the best way to go about creating your quizzes and surveys. When you first log in, you will be presented with your main dashboard. You can see that you are on the main dashboard by indication that the main dashboard tab is being highlighted, whereas the other tabs are not. The main dashboard tab is where you can have an overview of all your quizzes and survey, and it is where you can create new quizzes or surveys and to duplicate existing ones. Notice this green box here welcoming you to the dashboard, as well as this box at the bottom with the label QuizFunnel Wizard. These boxes act as guides to the new user for creating their first quiz or survey and is automatically switched on for the new user. Every tab in QuizFunnel has a little wizard. You can switch it off by heading to the Account tab at the top right, or there's a link here at the QuizFunnel Wizard. But let's just go to top right, clicking on the No Radio button, and then Update Profile. Head back to the main dashboard, and you can see that it is not being displayed anymore. Now, I just want to point out that in the Account tab, you can also change some of your profile stuff as well as see your billing details. Now let's move on to the tabs at the top. The tabs at the top are positioned according to the certain flow. That is, first, you create your new quiz or survey in the main dashboard tab, followed by creating questions for your quiz or survey in the Questions tab. After that, you can go on to add evaluations or analysis to your quiz or survey questions and choices by going to the Evaluation tab, before going to the Funnels tab to add the various funnels to your quiz or survey. The end funnels can be anything from the user having to opt in to your autoresponder list to them being redirected to another web page to do something else. It is very flexible. When that is done, you can then head to the Visual Editor tab to design the look of your quiz or survey form, and then head to the Display Code tab to get the JavaScript code or self-host URL to display your quiz or survey to the public. After users start doing your quizzes or surveys, you can then head to the Stats tab, which is short form for statistics, to observe the answers they are giving you to get an idea of what they are thinking, which concludes the end of the entire process. The last tab, which is the Export tab, essentially contains one button which allows you to easily export your quiz or survey data into Excel format for backup purposes. Finally, I want to point you to the top right section, just below the Account tab that says you are currently viewing, and then it says please select or create a new survey. As you are a new user, it is simply indicating that you are not currently viewing any quiz or survey in particular. To do so, you simply have to select one of the quizzes or survey you have available in the main dashboard tab, and you will notice that the indicator will tell you which quiz or survey you are currently viewing. So for demonstration purposes, let's say if I were to select Sample Survey, notice that there's a notification telling me that I've selected Sample Survey, and in the top right it tells me that I'm currently viewing the Sample Survey quiz. All the tabs in the main dashboard will then change to reflect the questions and answers that belong to that quiz or survey. Let's now start with creating your first quiz. For users who are pressed for time, you may simply utilize the sample quizzes we have provided for you. However, they are rather generic and should be used more as a reference, or you should in fact edit them more to fit into your business. That being said, let's start with creating your own quiz. For this example, I'm going to create a quiz to find out if the user doing the quiz is a male or a female, and then ask them if they are interested to spend a certain amount of money to learn how to attract the opposite gender. So this is basically the dating niche. If they answered yes to the second question, I will forward them to an appropriate affiliate website selling a product on the dating niche. If they answered no to the second question, I will forward them to my autoresponder where they can opt in, which I will give them a free gift, as well as send them several email sequences over several days to try to sell them the dating product. Now the first step is to head to the main dashboard tab if you are not there yet. Next, click on the Create New Survey or Quiz button in green, and it will tell you to give your new quiz a name. I'm going to name this My First Quiz. Click on the green button, and you will notice that the page refreshes with your new quiz being displayed in the main dashboard. You should also notice at the top right that it indicates that you are now viewing your first quiz, as QuizFunnel automatically selects the newest created quiz for your convenience. Now that you have created your first quiz and you are currently viewing your first quiz, let's head to the Questions tab to add some questions. As you can see, it's empty now, so let's create some new questions. Click on the Add New Questions button at the top right. I will leave my questions as a regular type question. As you can see, there are two types of question. For my question label, I will put 1 to indicate that it is the first question. My actual question will simply be, are you a male or a female? Click on the Add New Question blue button, and you can see the page refreshes with your new question being listed. Next, click on the question, and it should pop open with two buttons, Add New Choice and Add Open Text Choice. For this question, the answer is pretty straightforward, male or female. So let's add two fixed choices, which is Add New Choice. One of the answers will be male, and one of the answers will be female. I'll then hit the Save button at the top right to ensure the choices I added are saved to the system. There will be an indicator telling you that your work is saved successfully. And that's it, our first question is done. I will then repeat these steps to add the next question, which will simply be quite similar to the first question. So let's click on the Add New Question button again. This time I'm going to label my question as 2A to indicate that it is the second question in this quiz, but with the A to indicate that it is the first branch of the second question. Don't worry if you are confused, it should make sense later. For this actual question, it will be, are you interested in spending $20 to find out how you can attract more ladies? Click on the Add New Question button and it is being added. Now instead of adding the choice now, I'll go ahead to add the second question and you'll see why later. So for this, it will be 2B, and you interested in spending $20 to find out how to attract more guys. So basically now I have added both of the two more questions. I can click on them and add the two choices. For both, it's pretty straightforward. It's a yes/no question. And as you can see, the reason I added my questions first before adding the choices is to save me some time and the hassle of clicking the Save button plenty of times to save my choices. So now that I've added the choices to all the questions, I will simply just have to click on the Save button once. This is also the flow that we recommend you to first add all the possible questions you would want in your quiz before adding all the choices and saving them. That being said, the preference is up to you. Now we aren't done yet. Next, we simply have to head to the first question again and notice that there is this Lead To column over here with the drop down boxes. This box basically allows us the ability to forward the user with the next question depending on what choice they chose. So if our user is male, we want to forward him to the second question, which is question 2A, which is targeted to males. And if the user selected female, we want to forward them to 2B, which is for females. Notice how this ability allows us to present the user with so-called a tailor-made quiz. After setting the lead options, we have to click the Save button, and we are done in this tab for now. Next, we can then go on to the Evaluations tab to add some evaluations or analysis. However, for this example, I will not be utilizing evaluations as I am not providing the user with any analysis of sorts. However, evaluations or providing analysis is usually a great bait to get users to do your quiz or opt in to your autoresponder list. Anyway, notice that in the Evaluation tab, your questions and answer from the Question tab is being brought forward to the Evaluations tab automatically. All you have to do is simply input the appropriate text you want the user to read when they selected the particular choice in that question. Since I'm not using any evaluation, let's move on to the next tab, which is the Funnels tab. For us, remember that we actually have 4 funnels. One for males that would spend $20, one for males that would not spend $20, one for females that would spend $20, and one for females that would not spend the $20. Creating a funnel is pretty much similar to creating your question. Simply click on the Add New Funnel button at the top right. It will ask you to name your funnel. So for the first funnel, I'm going to name it as male spend $20 to indicate that this is the funnel for males who are willing to spend the $20. The page will refresh and your funnel will be displayed in the list over here. Click on it and you will see a box appear with fields. Now your funnel name will be here, you can change it anytime, and there will be a box for your funnel code, and this is where you can throw in the magic that will appear to your users. The evaluation page URL is the URL that you will display to your user to let them view your evaluation analysis that you typed in your evaluation tab. So for this funnel, it's for males who are willing to spend the $20. We are going to redirect them immediately to the affiliate page selling the product. So in the funnel code, I'm just going to paste in the JavaScript code that will redirect him to the website doubleyourdating.com. More information on this code will be in the funnels video in the bottom of this page. Now that I'm done, I simply click on the Save Funnels button at the top right to save my work. I'm going to go on to quickly create the next funnel, which is for males who are not willing to spend the $20. Create the funnel, page refreshes, and this time for this funnel code, I'm going to add in my Aweber autoresponder web form, which displays my opt-in form, and it should display the opt-in form at the end of the quiz if the user selects that he does not want to spend the $20. Now the funnel code works with any autoresponders, Aweber, GetResponse, iContact, whatever autoresponder that you use, it should work. Or should I say, it will work. Hit the save button and I'm done. And I have 2 more funnels to go for the female side of things. I'm going to quickly add them to this list. Okay, I have added the last 2 remaining funnels for the female side, and you can see that for females who are willing to spend, I'll redirect them to the website smartattract.com, which sells a dating niche product for females to attract more guys. And for females who are not willing to spend, I'll also redirect them to an opt-in form in my Aweber list. Now we're almost done. We simply have to head back to the questions tab and link our last few questions directly to the appropriate funnel. Click on the question 2A and head to the lead to button. Because we name our funnel with names, or rather we name our funnel with readable names, this is a breeze. Simply click on the lead to button, and for males who are willing to spend, they will be redirected to the males who are willing to spend funnel. Those that are not willing to spend, male not spend. Same goes for the female. Click on the save button to confirm our selection.